music. Is it in the right or is it in the left?
Y es muy bueno saber en dónde está la música. ¿Está en la mano derecha o en la mano izquierda?
So, what do you think?
Both.
Two? Yes. Yes. With both hands. The music is, we need both hands to create, because the one, like the right hand, which activates the left part of your brain, there is a rhythm. If you read the music, you use that part. Yeah. The technique, it's here. But it's very interesting that in that part, in the right part of your brain, there is center for the creativity. That's already something. You know, to be creative when you play, it's, I mean, you know, I like Dalai Lama, who said also, the world doesn't need the winners of the competitions, but needs the people which are full of love and are creating something. You know, this is the creation, creativity is very important. So, learn to use both hands and not only right hand. Yeah. I think that maybe you know what does it mean. The first reaction what we have if we start to play and we are nervous is that we start to push the thumb and finger together like this. Yeah? And right hand is like that and everything is moving very different. Yeah. Well, I don't think that this is good. Yeah. So we need somehow to start to use the hands really, and also the body, also our body. You know, start to use our body by playing. Because the music is moving in the waves. The music is not like the da 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 da. You know, and there are intervals, there's a rhythm, and this everything tells us what to do, or what we feel, and how we will feel. Shall I?
Ok. Bueno, retomando lo de las manos y el cerebro, pues es muy interesante, ¿no? Porque toda la parte izquierda del cerebro va a controlar nuestra mano derecha, ¿no? Y la parte izquierda del cerebro pues se encarga de lo racional, de la técnica. Mientras que la parte derecha del cerebro pues va a controlar la mano izquierda, y es interesante que en la parte derecha pues está todo este centro creativo, ¿no? Y pues es algo muy valioso la conexión entre ambas. Y la música pues nosotros no la percibimos ni existe como algo exclusivamente lineal, ¿no? Y monótono, pues la música realmente está viva, ¿no? Y está como el profesor lo acaba de hacer.
Music
No
is
hay
moving
olas.
in the waves. This is something what is really incredible if you start to feel it like that. It's almost the basic. And okay, let's show you some exercises, you know, or thinking, you know, what you can change very easy. The first, imagine that your hands don't start here, but imagine that your hands are the hands of octopus.
Imaginen que su mano no empieza aquí, sino que imaginen que sus manos son como de un pulpo.
Pulpo. Yes. Pulpo. You know, try it if you have a space next to you. Try to use and try each hand separately. And first left hand. Maybe first left hand. And try to really feel that it comes from the spin. It comes from the center of your body, and you send it away. So this everything we can use on the guitar. Instead, to press the thumb against the string, this, you know, because it's avoid everything. Yeah. Okay, this is actually, to be really honest, every day before I start to practice, I do few times this simple move. But forget that it's only from the elbow. It should go really from the whole body. Yes. And you will see it also in Tai Chi, Chiku. If you do Chiku, Tai Chi, all these exercises, they are about it. They are about the energy inside and out. So let's start with the right hand. First exercise. Try to make exercise. Then actually you will not play this small movement with the right hand, but you will really try to make from your whole arm. And listen the sound. And if I want to make not like percussive guitar, pam, 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 like banjo. Yeah. I know what the banjo is because my brother plays banjo. So this sound that I'm talking about is la messa di voce, which every singer knows. The girls are singing. They know that the sound is not pa, but ti, si. Try go very high with your hand. High. Listen different if I play. Send it to the Sarah. For you. For you. Hey, strange, eh? Everything is still guitar, guys. Realize that if I want to make the accent or sound with the fingers, the movement is going to the heaven. If you want to make the sound with the tongue or accent with the tongue, the movement is going down. And this everything, if you can also imagine before you play. So if I want to make ta, I do. If I want to do ti, I do. This everything is music. Short, long notes, articulation, colors, effect of chiaroscuro, which I will, if we have time, I will speak about. The next step can be that you play in one movement, of this big movement, you play two notes, two fast notes, or three notes, in speed, and immediately, which is very interesting because now it's coming not only the musical imagination, but also relaxation of your arm. So you will find if actually I play and I do this movement, my muscles here relax. You can see it, please. You can see it by piano players. Great piano players, they do the movement included, not da 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 da. Yeah. And of course, so if you practice Giuliani exercises, 120 exercises with Giuliani, try to do it, maybe not 1 hour the same, but play small. That's I think very important, for the beginning. But now we come to the left hand. Because what can we do with the left hand? Right. Actually the same. Aguado, Dionisio Aguado, he wrote in his book from No, his famous methods, nueva método para guitarra, but in his last, it was it's very interesting, in the last edition, I believe 1843, there is appendix on this book. You know, nobody read it. You know, I was lucky to read it. You know, and he's telling that the guitarist should actually discover or research what is doing the different pressure of the left hand finger to the string. Maybe this is beautifully translated, and I can take a little bit.
Pues en uno de el último libro de métodos de Conferencia viene un apéndice, el cual pues nadie lo lee. Yo me fui suertudo de haberlo leído. Y es en este apéndice hablando de la mano izquierda, en el que se habla de la diferente presión que se va a ejercer en cada uno de los dedos.
Other great teacher, actually, I still see is very great teacher. Carnevara was saying that every energy which you produce on the guitar and it's going this way, it's negative. Doesn't help. Actually, the energy should go behind, which has also something to do. So what's happened if I use and I play one note just with the pressure of my thumb? What's happened if I will play a little bit like what also many piano players have done. They do something what I learned from great players, Seymour Bernstein. He calls it a swinging stroke. Preliminary swinging stroke. So what's happened in that moment, you don't play like this, but you actually, without pressure of the finger, you do first movement with the pulse like this, and then you go. Without thumb. You don't need a thumb to play guitar. The thumb is fantastic finger to have some feeling of to be sure that your hand is not in the air, but to press this part. It's from the childhood. The child take everything like this, and we are still a little bit like kids when we do it. So, but I think better training is to start with this, from the big movement, from the big distance. You see that I go from the shoulder, far as possible, and I put all 4 fingers in the first position on the string. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. All 4 fingers are in the same moment in the first position on the string. Exercise number 1. And do it few times just to realize that your hand is not only this, but it's also that. You can use the weight of your arm by playing any note you need. Yeah? Translation. It was too long.
No, pues sí, en realidad algo que puede servir mucho es cuando nosotros estiramos nuestra mano izquierda y nos damos cuenta de que en realidad el pulgar no es tan necesario, ¿no? Claro que el pulgar nos da cierta estabilidad y nos permite que la mano no esté en el aire, ¿no? Nos indica dónde está el diapasón, pero la presión en realidad va a venir de este movimiento que mencionaba, cuyo nombre es ataque como de swing, ataque de balanceo, y entonces háganlo varias veces para que se den cuenta que su mano no solo es pues, dedos y pulgar, en este agarre, sino realmente viene desde el hombro, ¿no? Y va hacia atrás.
So there is a little bit time before you play the note with the left hand, you know, which you need, not every note, of course, it's very important, you know, that you actually do movement back and then you, so not like, but. And still try to keep fingers on the position, you know, that you don't go like this, like what I did.
Y bueno, algo importante es que hay un pequeño espacio que antes de cambiar de la nota. Puedes aprovechar ese silencio, ese espacio para hacer este movimiento hacia atrás, ¿no? No quedarse prensado, sino que hacer ese movimiento y no hagan lo que yo hice de levantar los dedos, sino que mantenganlos aquí, ¿no? En la posición correcta.
Okay, so the first exercise was this. For the big distance height. Yeah. I should recommend to make it shorter, very short, and then actually to fix one of the fingers, only one of the fingers, you know, make him hard, and the movement will actually make a sound. Second finger hard, fixation of the finger, it means that this is relaxation, fixation. Yeah? And try to play it only from the left hand, Part, two, top. This could be the second exercise, you know, that you can make the sound only with the left hand, not with the right hand. Quite important. Quite important. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can maybe see that I don't allow to hear the open string. I always stop the string when my left hand is up. The number 3, I would like that you do the same, but then legato. That you jump from the string to the string. But there is no ball, no, it's legato. And you see that the hand is going down, then coming back, and at the moment that the pulse is coming back, I can jump. It's easy to jump to the other string. We have a nice word for this flexion and extension. Flexion, extension. So these two movements actually try to make in your technique. Yeah. And again, I should say there are 2 reasons why to do it. There are more reasons why to do it. The first is that if you are in the flexion, in the tension, and you want to jump to the other tension or other note, it will be difficult. At the moment that you do this, jump. No worries. Try to sing every note what you play. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Try to do it also with the changes of the. positions. Yeah, this should be for the left hand, maybe good beginning to understand what is it. Yeah. Now let me tell you also to show, the music is full of the accents, emphasis, articulation. I don't know how you want to call it. There are different words for many things. But it makes me think about the language. Because we cannot speak without if you speak without accent, without the accent, so we need to make the very simple emphasis in the language. So if I play something in 1, 2, 3, 4, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I play different, no? But you can use both, of course, in the music. What's happened if I will play 2 notes in one beat, like 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so then now I'm keeping my tongue on the neck and pressing a little bit. What's happened if I use this preliminary stroke? Will you? Can be also like now is my right hand doing the accent. Now left and right. But there is a little difference in this. Imagine or try to imagine that the left hand is like the hand of the piano player, and the right hand are like the hammers of the piano. What do you think about it? Not always, but mostly it is like that. Even you play the notes like it will be different if I play and if I go with my body inside. Yeah, maybe it's a good to think about, no? At least, So what's happened if I play 3 notes in the one beat? And now I want to make a 3. Start to speak for the sing, or at least I think really the singing is the basic thing, I'm always very, very, very unhappy if I hear the students saying, no, I cannot sing. I came to study here the guitar, not singing. The voice is telling us everything. There is no better way how to get the information, what we want, what we are, than to start to sing. The singing tells us about the articulation. It tells us a lot of things about the dynamic and so forth. And then when I am speaking about the about the singing, for us should be very important to understand the physical tension of the intervals which we play. Physical tension, physical. To feel it, If we will sing the let's sing it together. Totally no tension, right? What happens if I will sing that the B is in the tension to C. And if I sing both notes together the same, la, 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 doesn't fit. You see that this interval needs delicate intonation. They are not my words, they are the words of the great singers of the history. They need a delicate intonation. Probably again with this La Messa di Voce, with this singing, with this swelling sound. So as a guitarist I can do. You see, I can put there a weight to the note. Let's go, continue. There is also tension, but less. And it goes to you cannot smile when we sing this interval. Like you look to the right suddenly, no tension, but something else is coming. It's because he goes to interval which is empty, and I don't know the reason why to play their accent. But the timing, guys, the timing. It's different. The minore is a little bit longer. Yeah. This is why in Italian style, in bel canto music, when you play Paganini, Giuliani, you go from maggiore to minore. Mostly you change the tempo. You change a little bit the tempo. Because the interval needs it. Avi needs it, yeah? Beautiful interval. And you know what is strange? After I pass one octave, you lose it. Physically. With people, we can have it only during one octave. So that's fine if you play in the D major, that you know which notes are the notes which you need to feel pronounced differently. Yeah, it's the knowledge. And now I'm back by the theory, by your brain, but it goes beautiful, everything together. And body knows how to do it. Yeah. Wonderful. Okay, so now something. What time is it? I don't know how long it is.
Yes, it's 4:44.
So still 15 minutes time.
Yes.
Okay. What is now the function of my body when I play? Do I have to use body or do I have to play without movement? I don't know. It's if I see Segovia playing, he's making such beautiful sounds without to use really his body. It's using, I think that it's more in his mind, what he wants to do. So I should say, guys, try first, just with your mind, to practice crescendo on the open string. Like what we did. Try to do it on. Something is doing the guitar, something is doing me, I don't know. But try me with the notes which you create. be with the note from the beginning and even before the beginning. Be with the note. I don't know if it's really some suggestion or is it really true? And I'm not interested. You know, but I believe it.
Yeah.
In the small room, but in the big rooms it's difficult. But it's very good to start. Now, look. Imagine that I start to play, for instance, Chekhov. And if I play it with this way, now thinking about if you, and it's I think the best, if you look some orchestra playing historical music, you know, are they playing what they are playing? The good orchestra, mostly they move together. They move together because the body has an incredible energy, and it's also giving you the pulse which you need to make. There are always lot of things in the music which is difficult to tell, to speak about it in 1 hour, you know. Actually, only one thing that I want to say is start to see it's not only here. Make your movements big. Try to make the difference between the small and big movements, you know. For instance, there is a famous study of Logos, number 10. You know which is what it is? Mosquitoes in the jungle. But this can be really exhausting for playing. I know it because I played it since I was 19 years old, you know, I started to study, and it was really hard. And in such a little example of these 4 notes, so first, what I should say, don't press 2 notes, 2 strings, or 2 fingers on 1 string. It has no sense. Coming back. The first note is going from the swing stroke. So, and this movement is only helping this flexion and extension. It makes it that it's easy. It's easy. Yes? And now I forgot what I wanted. No, but it's one of these examples, you know. Because what also the guitarists are doing very often wrong is that they press the notes which they don't need that they sound. You know, you play the barré, and you need that it only sound 1 and 1 and this, but you press all notes like this. It's not clever. Fernando Sor, press only the notes which you want that they sound. It's clever. It's very important.
Fernando Sor, presiona solo las cuerdas cuyos sonidos, cuyas notas quieres que suenen.
Now I realize that you didn't. Did you understand me what I was doing? Mostly. Yes. Yes. That's nice. It should be not clever. It should be not good. You know. Now back a little bit to the right hand. You know, of course, plenty preparation. Everybody knows what I'm doing. Yeah. This is not preparation. This is something different, but it has the same effect. If you play everything preparation, it will stay in the same level. It will stay very one tone, you know, monotone. Monotone is for the guitar the biggest danger. Not only for the guitar, but also for all instruments. You know, but one of the strongest points of the guitar is the change of the effect, which Aguado calls it chiaroscuro. Do you know what is it, chiaroscuro, in the music? What is
both black and white, right? Like a contrast of light and darkness.
Yeah, but in the music.
Alto. ¡Ah!
That's dynamic.
Aplicado en la música sería como el contraste por zonas, ¿no? Así de que una zona si se repite, bajarla. Así de que una muy brillante y una muy oscura.
And Sarah, you know? Yeah, so that's very interesting, you know, this is because it is actually comes also from a singing technique. And it is actually, look, if I will sing one note, this note, with E, or this note, if I will sing it, so I'm changing the overtones with the vocals, which I sing. Listen. this is chiaroscuro, you know. So it is, if you, and now we are coming to the other point where we can use the voice to realize what we are doing, you know? And they are the singing the overtones, overtone singing. Did you try to sing overtones? It's fantastic. It's a fantastic, you know, if you let's say I take one note, I have it in one piece I play. This, it's in Ithaca, there is one moment that you play.
Bravo!
To sing overtones can have a lot of good influence. The one of them is when you go to play and you are worried about where to put your fingers, you are out. You are out. It's really trouble. It's really tough. Actually, Leo Brauer, which I really feel one of the best musicians I've met in my life, he said actually that when you start to play, you are allowed only to think about the colors, about the sound, not about what you are going to do, but about the sound. I should add also about the tension and the release of the tension of the music. You know, and this everything is happening very much. So it's very easy. There is one thing, you know, it makes you concentrated before you go to play. You know, I do very often the exercises like, it's very funny, you will be laughing. I try to keep the breathe so long as possible. So learn to breathe well. It's phenomenal. Not only for the singers, it's for us because we need to breathe when we play this. When we play the phrase, we need to breathe. Breathe. This little moment before you play. Before you play this. It's very interesting why. Well, I was last time in Japan. I was talking about the dance with one clever man, and he said that's what we call in Japan the energy. The energy. The energy of the silence. The energy of the silence before we play. Don't start down, but you know, that's everything is very important. So breathing is very important. You know, and then that you start to realize the sounds which you are making. I was really surprised when I started to practice the overtone singing, and then I heard the train coming, you know, and well, it was suddenly such a sound I never realized that there are these sounds, and you can realize it on the guitar as well. I think it's time.
It's 4/4.
Oh, okay, some questions maybe. Time for the question.
¿Por qué es que inició en el camino de la música? ¿Por qué fue que inició en el camino de la música? ¿Qué
Camino
lo
del- I think in the life it's very important to discover really what you are. If you discover what you are safe. And it's happened very often that you don't discover it. Your whole life you are very unhappy. You are very unhappy because you can be happy when you are something else than what you really are. It's a freedom. For me, it's a freedom not that I can do what I like, but that I can do what I feel, and I don't need to pretend to be something else. And this was the music I discovered when I was maybe 6 years old, when I played for my father. Because he loved Mexican songs. And when I played for him this intervals, he said, "Oh, I buy for you everything you like." So maybe this was the reason. Nice question, very good and very important. Yeah. Very important. Thank you. You're welcome.
How can we control our mind when we perform? Because or what is the ¿cómo podemos llegar a un estado mental?
Don't think. Don't think. When you start to play, don't think. Don't think. If you start to think, it's like the end. You say, okay, go away. Be open, and just it comes through you. You have to work and analyze before, not during your play. Not make analyzation during your performance. But it happened also to me. Lot of concentration exercises, breathing exercises, they are helping. To take all pieces the whole concert without the instrument. Very important. Practice not only with the guitar, practice also without the guitar. Practice only with the score, practice without the score and without the guitar. And don't practice. Also very good. Walk. It's very important. No. But now I have to say, don't trust me. This is very funny, because I was always trying to be fast as possible, but somehow I cannot be, but I found this technique, because the 19th century guitar, actually, they were using a lot of slurs by playing, like these notes. And I think to play with the slurs is good for the guitars, because it makes emphasis. But not everywhere, of course. Depend the style which you play. But when I play this scale, it is actually what I was talking about, to have the movement, extension, flexion, extension, flexion, and small movements of the fingers come. So this is what I was talking about, this technique. But you can really use it in many pieces. Actually, everything that you play, you can use it by giving the music the emphasis, accent, timing, colors, vibrato. 4 minutes. It is. Okay. So thank you very much.
Bravo.